As you continue to take that moment of now and expand it into the next and the next and the next, and you fuel that with your desire, your passion, and your purpose, you begin to know beyond belief that what you want is on its way. It's knowing beyond the feeling of belief. It's having an awareness that is expectant. It's having an awareness that it's going to be delivered to you fully, beyond a doubt. It's out there further than belief in what you're doing because you have, as I said, cultivated the desire, cultivated the passion, and your purpose, desire, and passion firing all together are taking you squarely to what you know is coming your direction, what you know is going to be expanding from these steps that you've taken both emotionally and physically. As you work to get to the point to where it's about expectancy, to where you expect it, you just know it. A lot of times that's where the second part comes in. And that second part is about getting out of your own way as much as possible. And the way you get out of your own way is to relinquish the ideas of doubt, fear, of worry, of wondering when it's going to happen, how's it going to come to me. There is a statement in The Secret that I feel is very appropriate and very fitting and encapsulates the idea and the concept of getting out of your own way. It was stated by a guy I really like, one of the teachers in the film by the name of Mike Dooley. And he said, "The hows are the domain of the universe." And I believe that 100%. Again, it takes us back to if you follow your passion and your desire and you have that purpose and you're channeling what you're doing into means for benefiting others, then the how will line up, the how of what you're doing. In other words, if your goal in what you're doing is to bring in a certain amount of money a year, if your goal is to reach a certain number of people, if your goal is to find that special someone in your life, no matter what it is, when you get out of the way of the hows and you focus upon your joy, your passion, your purpose, the things that matter to you, that feel good in the moment of now, you release the how it's going to develop. In other words, you know it, you expect it, and that's essentially getting out of your own way. It is trusting that the universe will provide for you and deliver 100% the desire, the passion that is within you, what you're working with, what you're working on. It's going to be sending ripples out there, and it's going to end up coming back to you, and you're going to have joyous, prosperous, abundant experiences because of that. So essentially, you set your course by means of your desire and your passion and purpose. As you set that course, then you maintain the consistent direction that's going to keep you on that course for the achieving of whatever it is that you're wanting. In the process of doing that, basically it's just like automatic pilot. It's just letting it go in that direction. You get out of the way, you don't interfere, you don't meddle with it, you don't micromanage it, you don't overmanage it, you don't fret about it, you don't worry about it. You do the things that elicit your passion and highlight your purpose. And the rest of the things, you get out of the way, you trust in the universe. And that is relinquishing it to your higher self. That is allowing the higher self to flow through you and knowing that as you have taken the emotional portion of the journey and the physical portion of the journey, it is going to be fruitful and fully manifested. With that being said, at the start of this podcast, I mentioned the fact that it's about a harmonious balance. We want to always keep in mind that anything that we do is about a balance between our emotions, how we're feeling in the moment of now, and the action that we're taking in the moment of now. We have to think of it as a scale, being just kind of balanced out on either side to where we've got the emotional portion of what we're doing, which is, as I was speaking on before, finding new ways to interpret information, to think about things, tuning ourselves up to a more joyous, expectant way of feeling in the moment. And then we also have the action portion that is definitely a part of the equation. It's a 50-50 thing here. And when we get too heavily weighted in one area or the other, the scale's going to tip. And it's not going to be something that is going to be 100% beneficial to us and as fruitful as it could be. And in case there are some of my listeners this information is new to and have not maybe seen the films like The Secret or read a wide variety of books and information that's out there on the market about the law of attraction, the deliberate creation of our reality, I will probably go into some of the more mainstream ways of creating in our reality in my next podcast as well. So I will bring in everything that I've discussed in here in a way to integrate it in with the information that's out there. Again, back to visualization, back to journaling, back to, vision boards and things like that, so that I have a well-rounded set of recordings here, starting with episode number 4, the very last episode, the law of attraction. Episode number 5, the one you're listening to right now, the inspiration behind deliberate creation, and the upcoming episode number 6, law of attraction, the basic techniques. On a final note, I would like to say one more thing about the mind-body-spirit connection. When we are firing on all cylinders with the mind, body, and spirit, and we have achieved an understanding of how our thoughts are influencing and affecting our reality, in turn, how our emotional tuning through our vibrational awareness in the state of now is continuing to affect what's coming up in the future state of now, and how we understand that the way we used to process information about our past also has the ability to affect our future moment of now. When we integrate all of this information and we channel it into a state of oneness, a state of peak experience, a state of single-minded focus of being, and we are firing on all cylinders with that, we are working with the outer reaches of our potential within this physically based environment. Now, most of us who are disengaged and fragmented in our life experiences are working within the confines of the most narrow views of possibility with regard to the mind, body, and spirit in this physical environment. And that does it for this 5th installment in the Wind of the Soul podcast series. I'd like to thank you for taking the time to join me for this recording. If you ever have any questions, comments, or feedback, don't ever hesitate. You're always more than welcome to send me an email at windofthesoul@yahoo.com. And if you happen to be listening to this recording off-site, don't forget to swing by windofthesoul.com to check out many more audio recordings as well as blog posts pertaining to spiritually empowering information and self-help. Until next time, have a great week and take care of yourself.